and welcome to Masterpiece Theater. Oh no, I mean Tea Time here on CS for Crone with Otis, the Creative Pig. He's being called the Creative Pig now because I don't know if he's traveling anymore. Maybe be the Traveling Creative Pig? Anyways, welcome to Tea Time, and got some more poetry for you. His company here, the plant, is Indian Mint. India Mint? I've lost the tag, I don't remember. It's a mint, and it smells wonderful when you disturb it. In the glass, beside Otis, is orange juice and water, just setting a mood here. I'm having to go a little bit more high-tech than I'm used to, so I've been avoiding using my using Kirk's camera because it's not just, you know, well, it is just point and shoot once I figured out what the heck I was doing. But anyway, so to the thing, and I thought we would put on Otis because he's so handsome. You know, he and I have been through a lot in the last year. He does have another eye in here. There he is. Okay, so along the lines of using music to inspire poetry, this next poem is ABBA's Chiquita. I will put the song, a link to the song in the description. Chiquitita. Chiquitita! There we go, by ABBA. Sadness, a cloak of grief hiding me, keeping sunshine from my face, the tears drowning me inside. Heartache, broken bits of the china that were me flowing in my veins. Everything is felt so raw, my emotions a life of shock, wandering aimlessly through the sunsets, trying to find you. Nothing but a wall of glass between us now, a space so wide that only sorrow can fill. Yeah, so yes, I got that from that song. Okay, next one is by Roxette, and it must have been love. So yes, heartbeats, the sound of night birds, two alone in the dark, a kiss, tenderness finally united, no longer whispers on the wind, a fire that cannot be contained becomes a dream, words lazily written on the page, memories, a river the lonely canoe wanders upon, floating out to the sea that is eternity, a universe vast and cold, emptiness filled with stars of hope that cannot be reached. And there was a second bit of poetry inspired by Roxette, It Must Have Been Love. There's an empty space that used to be you, a silence so loud, aching to touch that void, to be swallowed by the emptiness, slogging in the mud of grief, tired, so tired, fatigue and pain, the colors of life now. Love hurts now, the candle blown out, the room cold, there's nothing but that empty space that used to be you. Nothing. Oops. And so yes, this was written on February 20th. It's all mine. So yes, my intellectual property, and I just really felt like writing that day, whatever February 20th was that. Today is 24th. I don't know. One of the things that's happening with grief, besides being eternally so deeply and woe is me sad, and I say that tongue-in-cheek, the woe is me part anyway, is that time is just poof, it's disappearing. Even though I've been getting up earlier in the day and not sleeping all day, I'm still losing track of stuff. Okay, the next song is Roxette, Listen to Your Heart. Now, when Kirk and I were first hanging out, and I was falling in love very noticeably for myself, and not so noticeably for him than that first year, this is the song, Listen to Your Heart, is the one that kept me from running away when I felt things were too hard. And I couldn't do this anymore because things weren't the way I wanted them, or it didn't feel right, or had issues. There was other issues going on, not necessarily to do with him. But anyways, this song would pop into my head, and I would not be free of this song until I sat and listened to it over and over a few times, or at least once. I had to listen to it at least once and agree not to run, to not tell him goodbye, not, you know, end the friendship or anything like that. I would agree to the universe that I would stay and stick it out and be there for him, and because according to them this was a good thing, and that's what I was supposed to be doing. And when sometimes you do have to follow your heart and not listen to your brain, because if I had run, I wouldn't have what I have now. You know, yes, I wouldn't have the big gaping hole in my heart caused by grief, but at the same time, he gave me a home. And when I'm grieving and when it's hurting and I'm trying to find a way up from the depression and everything, I try to remember what the relationship meant to me and all the positive things that came out of it. So, inspired by Listen to Your Heart by Roxette. Your heart to my heart, your soul to my soul, our mind and bodies one. Singly the universe, the rhythm of us. You still exist here, that place that is still us. Your heart, my heart, your soul, my soul, mind and body as one. Still here with me, forever together. The rhythm still flowing in my veins. The legacy of us still alive in my heartbeat. And that made me feel better on the 20th, but I still wasn't up enough. So I ended up in my musical wanderings, because that's kind of how it went. It started with Chiquitita and then moved to these two songs, and then moved into Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler. Darkness, falling, abyss, pain, tortured, heartache, wanting to hope, yet still falling, always falling, 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 falling. Darkness, the heartache that has swallowed my soul, no longer whole, living but no breathing, falling, falling, falling. And I would say that potentially that's exactly what my grief feels like. You know, I feel so lost, and I'm just falling and falling and falling. So, excuse me, Otis. Whoops. There we go. You didn't think Otis was really going to drink that, did you? Silly moment. Okay. One of his favorite songs was Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler. So it ended up being two Bonnie Tyler songs in a row. And this one's a really... Oh, no, it's not a really long one. I just ended up with, like, again, I ended up with two poems. Okay. Holding Out for a Hero by Bonnie Tyler. Inspiration. Fire raging through the fields of my mind. The black smoke swirling like fog that wants me. Lost, wandering the destruction. tears sooty upon my cheeks, looking for that which is now gone. Reaching into the smoke, I know you're there, falling in the swirling darkness, reaching back for me. I can feel your fingers touching mine, the grasp lost, slipping like the fog that wants me. Defeat, falling on my knees, my life, the destruction, sooty tears stain on the fields of my mind. Poem number 2. Screams, always the screams, filling the silence with empty screams. Soundless but hot like the fire that is all that remains of you. Memories, a wonderland of mazes, crowding in on me. Lost, trying to follow your voice, but only whispers sit silent in my hands. Darkness, everywhere there is darkness, groping for anything to hang on to. There is no candle here, just that never-ending darkness. Sadness, wilting, falling, dying, suddenly silence, gone, as something stronger than a whisper brushes my soul. A heartbeat, a memory, drumming against my skin, music only I can know. Your voice, your life, your essence, filling the empty spaces, feeling warm again, floating up out of the darkness, becoming the candle you need to find me. There is fire in our love that chases my shadows away, keeping me safe, keeping me alive, keeping you with me. 'Cause yeah, that was just, sometimes it just feels like it's all slipping away and I'm just falling into darkness, and to be able to reach out and even just touch candlelight is just this amazing thing. So the final one is The Rose by Bette Midler. And for me, the song The Rose is not a song of sadness. There's sadness in the song because it's about not living. It's about not taking chances. It's not dreaming and going and being the dreams. You know, it has that aspect in it, but as she sings in the song, with the sun's love, the seed grows. Like that seed that was planted in that fell in winter, fell in the fall, and got buried by the winter snows. In the spring, with the warm and the kiss of that heat, the seed sprouts and grows again. Especially Alberta wild roses. It's a briar rose, it's a weed, and I so happily have been, you know, have bushes out in front of the house. It's amazing. I didn't get them cut back like I wanted to last summer, so they're not going to bloom. But this year, after they finish having their teeny little bit of bloom, I'm going to whack those suckers back. So hopefully next year I'll have a ton of flowers. So this poem, inspired by The Rose by Bette Midler, is more of him talking to me, which really helped change the course of the music and my mood for the moment. Look up, my love. Rest your face in my hands. I have you. You are not alone. As your heart beats, so does mine. Always safe in my arms. I keep you. There is no emptiness, as I am always with you. I told you I would be here for you. Take my hand and walk with me. Feel my love in the touch that is ours and ours alone. Stand tall, my love, as you have always done. I live in that strength and give you mine freely. I love you, sweetie, always and forever, always forever. So I signed that one from Kirk because that was really words that I felt were coming from him. The next song, I have no more poetry, but it just the next song that I ended up listening to was Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel. Then it was Let It Be by the Beatles. Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes by Edison Lighthouse. And I ended up there. And that song, Love Grows Where My Rosemary Goes, is my song for me. So it has a lot of power and strength. You know, like, I have crazy hair and my clothes are kind of weird, and and usually when I'm feeling good and I'm not, you know, living in grief. I lost myself too when Mom passed away, almost 11 years ago now. I can't seem to be fully empathic in myself, but generally when I am in a good place, I have that ability to spread love, to spread joy, happiness, and hope. And I do think that's part of the reason why I'm having a problem with people, because there's this sense that I can always be that way, that I will always be that. But as you can see in my writing, as if you've been watching the Widow's Journals and other stuff on C is for Crown, that's not happening. I have changed. So I don't know where things will go, but I do like sharing the poetic thoughts with everybody here on tea time. So I will close here because, yes, always and forever, always forever, and happiness, everybody, and I look forward to sharing future stuff with you. And bye from Otis, and I'll read to you later. Bye.